Yo! What up, you guys? It's your boy, the Kryptonian saying. If you can't tell from all those yos, chapter 164, I fucking loved it. Just gonna say that right now, excuse the explicatives, but I love the chapter. I love the ending where Koza, he's kind of got the GQ kind of look going on. You know, he's got the collar popped up, he's got the scar over his eye, which was really nice because he did, catch the scar over his eye, protecting Vivi. And now he's the leader of the rebels going against the kingdom. And I like how Oda transitioned over from panels of on one page having him say, Vivi, become a good princess, rule over this kingdom, make this kingdom good, to him saying this kingdom has gone to the dogs. And he might be referring to Crocodile, but I wonder how much of him is actually thinking about Vivi's when he's saying that, man. So just to backtrack on that, now that I got that out of my system, because that ending was shit. That ending was good, man. That ending was really, really good. Nice little plot twist, because I thought maybe he would die again. I know, hey, you gotta wait until you see the body, but at the same time, like maybe he would have died. It would have made sense. He's fighting with a club. These guys have swords. 2 and 2. I mean, that's what you think is gonna happen. So nice little twist. I'm not gonna lie. I do have a little bit of a pet peeve. Again, I know you guys say when Oda does kill, it's going to be epic, but I'm seeing too many instances where it's just like, yo, there's no reason why you should be alive right now. But I've seen worse, so that being said, I'm going to backtrack now, and it's going to tie into the cover story. Jesus fucking Christ. So apparently Django is being sentenced to die, man. He's at the naval headquarters, and I'm really wondering, is he going to be able to get out of it? Like, more than likely he is, but I'm wondering how that's going to happen. So now that that's done, I will say that I like how the flashbacks are continuing, and it really shows you that when someone decides to make flashbacks and they do them in the right way, really good. Really well crafted what Oda's doing, because we're getting new information. Again, we're building on Vivi. We see her running, and we see her reaction when she hears Koza tell the Sand Band to basically put their lives on the line so Vivi does not get taken for ransom, does not get kidnapped and held for ransom. And at first I'm thinking Vivi's running because she's scared. And that's part of the reason, but the other thing is she didn't want to be there and watch her friends potentially give up their lives for her. So that was pretty cool, man. I like how Oda very skillfully kind of put two different emotions into Vivi and had it where it's the same thing, but they're two different emotions, and it's almost like having two opposite ends of a magnet. You know what they say, magnets attract. So I like what he did in this aspect right here, like in this instance, excuse me. But one aspect of this chapter that was really interesting to me was after Vivi's father and Ingram show up, Ingram says something to the king I thought was interesting, which is she's wondering, excuse me. I get kind of thrown off because that's a big manly looking woman. That's some huge Serena Williams going on right there. But Ingram says that she's worried that Vivi might be too soft to be a ruler. And that's when her father says, no, that's what's going to make her a good ruler. And I like that instance. I like the foreshadowing where Ingram says that she will serve Vivi until her dying breath, which ironically that's what actually happened. But I did think that it was pretty ballsy of Oda to basically have Koza and his father being sent off to that oasis where Vivi went, because again, I was looking at it like this is pretty convenient that they meet somebody from Vivi's past, especially during a time when you kind of need to flesh out her character more, because I felt like getting up to this arc, it wasn't as well done as it could have been. I felt like Oda did a good job of kind of giving us bits and pieces of her character. I didn't feel like the payoff was going to be strong enough for her to liberate her country until we got this flashback. So I like seeing that part right there. But one of the things is by sending them to that oasis, and sending them to some place that is filled with so much hope, and so much potential, and it is supposed to be something so big. Now we see the turning point where Koza kind of turns to become who he ends up being. Okay, now the reason why I thought that that was ballsy, okay, is it's a great way of showing us how Koza got to where he is, but it's also a teaching moment. And what I'm talking about is people, when they go through different things in life, it makes them into who they are. You know, pressure makes diamonds, but, you know, at the same time, there's only so much pressure somebody can take before they break. And it's how they handle those situations that makes them into who they are. And to have this young boy be filled with so much hope, and then to watch everything kind of just go to shit, and to live through what he's lived through, it makes you real sympathetic to the character. So this was cool. This was cool. Or rather, it makes you able to empathize with them if you haven't been through anything like that. So this was cool to kind of see that. You know, again, Oda, character-wise, he's doing a good job with his characters, and it almost feels like Vivi, in some type of way, is going to be used to redeem Koza's character, because he's the leader of the rebels. So this is going to be interesting, you know, like, because Koza, and it goes back to what I was telling you guys, like, I don't think that he's a villain, but it goes back to what I told you. When you write your characters, you don't want one inherently black and inherently white. You want them somewhere in this middle area to where you can't really tell who's the villain and who isn't, because both sides are firmly believing in whatever it is that is their end goal, whatever drives their character. They believe in it with everything that's inside of them. That makes for a good character. That makes for good, really, really well-written stories. That's why when you look at Batman versus Superman, it wasn't as well received as Captain America Civil War. Because Batman vs. Superman, you know, while I was hyped because I've waited literally my entire life to see those two fight on the big screen, when I saw it for the second and third time, the second time I was still hyped, third time I was able to see it more critically. And I was like, oh, okay, there's some writing problems in this shit. Whereas the Captain America Civil War, the way that that was written, it was written in a way to where it not only built on the different characters that you've already been introduced to, but it also shows us that you can tell a story where even your antagonist, who's supposed to be Tony Stark, even your antagonist, because of what he believes, you can almost sympathize with him and feel like, well, you know what, he's got a good point. He's not really the bad guy. So that's what I mean, great storytelling. That's why I'm thinking Oda's taking this, not that exact example, but somewhere in the realm of that. So my chapter question for you guys is going to be, was there ever a time in your lives where you might have, you know, came to the crossroads? You might have gotten to that Robert Frost moment where you've got two roads in front of you, and has there ever been a moment where you've either risen to the occasion, or have you come up short, or did you not do anything? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, if you like anything I had to say, make sure you hit that like button, comment, rate, subscribe, share. I'll greatly appreciate it. But as always, thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.
Are you